People have mostly donated to the society over the years, and we're looking at you took a photo of a winnower, which is about 1860, 1880, the design of it. It came from the national parks, and they used to use it to get seed out of blue bush, and then take it back out to the stations and recycle blue bush. Um, yeah, it's a Tangi steam engine that came from Langawera station and was found in 5 different depots up at Langawera, and over the years guys here restored it to working condition, but we haven't got a boiler yet. Usually the blokes that are in the club are fairly mechanically minded and need company in a lot of time. Parsons 4-cylinder petrol engine. It was a motor they used at the CPS for the initial start, and everything at the CPS had air start. Well, this Parsons had an air compressor on behind it, and they used it for the initial start. It was sold at the auction when they closed the CPS down, and Pro Hart bought it. And one day he notified me and said, I've got an engine. Well, I expected to see something you could pick up. Well, when we got up, there was something about 1.5 tons, and we got it going, and it hasn't done a lot of work. It only done the initial start, and then they used to start it every 6 months to make sure it was in going order. And we only know of one other Parsons is under the sea in the Titanic. The Titanic's lighting plant was 6-cylinder Parsons engine. It's approximately 1912, because that's when the Titanic went down. So they start from the second Victor that Victor actually made. I don't know his first name, the guy that was tied up Victor's. The first model he made and used somebody else's motor. He got a motor made for the lawnmower, but how Victor actually started, the chap Victor was mowing his lawn for hand mower, and his neighbour came over and they were talking about lawn mowing, and he said what it needs is somebody to make a petrol lawnmower. So he decided he was a guy to do it, so he made Victor lawnmowers, and everybody's owned a Victor lawnmower at some stage. I should say would have sold millions of them in Australia and overseas. We've got 4 here at different years, and he started off his Victor lawnmowers had a model steam engine, and it was made over in a tramway workshop in 1927, and it was made for Lionel Newton. His uncle made it for Lionel for his 7th birthday, and his family kept it, and then when Lionel passed away they donated to the society, and it's only small, and most of the machines I had at the tramway workshop were fairly large, so there was a lot of parts on it that would have been quite hard to make on the machinery that they had. And it does go, we've had it going, and he passed away when it was 90, about 89, and so he kept it for a lot of years. And what we've moved over to is a 3-cylinder Lister air-cooled that the Canberra Engineers Society converted to a steam engine for White Cliffs. and it was an experimental electrical station up there, run on steam, and the motor actually came from Canberra, and it was a spare motor they had in Canberra, the same as the one up at White Cliffs. When the one at White Cliffs broke down, instead of going to White Cliffs, finding out what was the matter with it, then going back to Canberra to get the parts, they made a second one, and they could pull the second one apart and find out the problem, and then go up and repair the one at White Cliffs.
Rex, are you talking about the solar station?
Yeah, it worked on solar, and it was a funny setup. It's on steam. Yeah, the solar actually created the steam, and yeah, we've got a pamphlet here. I'll give you a pamphlet when we're heading off here, and
so this is of great significance, heritage-wise.
Yeah, it was one of the first stations I had, but it worked, but it was a failure because they couldn't get it to be big enough to run a larger town. It was more or less set for, say, 50 houses, and they were trying to extend it to a larger city, but it didn't work that way. And, yeah.
Fantastic.
What we're looking at is more or less comedy pictures that Fred Jobson done. A lot of them were for the conveyor on the mines, and the collection came from the art from the library, and they had on display. When they finished with it, they donated it to us, and we've got quite a few pictures in the passageway that Fred done, more or less picked on people and done a sketch on them. It was looking at what he's done. It was very talented, and yeah, I don't know when he done them or what year he passed away, but he was exceptionally well known in the art world. And,
Fantastic.